Are you moving to the Bay Area but you're torn between San Francisco and San Jose? Let's compare the two and see which one is the best fit for you. I'm Erin Anderson, realtor helping people buy and sell homes all over the Bay Area. Now, both of these are cities that are known around the world, right? San Francisco, though, is an iconic city that people come to visit from all over the world. San Jose also draws people from all over the world, but it's probably for different reasons. It is home of the Silicon Valley, the tech center of the world. So let's start the comparison. I would say San Francisco is more of what we imagine when we think of a big city, like New York City or Chicago. I think San Francisco falls in line with those two. There's lots of tourism and also lots of business. And as I said before, San Jose is the home of Silicon Valley. So lots of business and lots of things to do, but I don't know that it is as much as of a tourist attraction as, say, San Francisco. Let's just get into the facts about the cities. San Francisco is home to 876,000 people that all reside within 49 square miles. That's a pretty small area for a lot of people. Whereas San Jose has 1 million people, so more people, but it is in 180 square miles. So not even twice as many people in almost 4 times as much space. So San Francisco's more dense, whereas San Jose is more spread out. San Francisco also has distinct neighborhoods within the city. Just the other day, my family and I went to the city for an art exhibit, and walking throughout the city, we were in the financial district, walked down the Embarcadero to Pier 39, and then back through North Beach, which is the Italian neighborhood in San Francisco, and then through Chinatown. It sounds like a lot of walking, but I think we walked a total of maybe 6 miles, but that was a round trip. So probably all that walking was within 2 or 3 square miles of the city. In San Jose, once you get out of the center of downtown, it's gonna feel a lot more spread out and even suburban. So how do you get around these cities? This is where San Francisco is probably the definite winner if you like public transportation. Within the city of San Francisco, you have BART, which also extends and connects other parts of the Bay Area to San Francisco. You also have Muni within San Francisco, cable cars, which are always fun, but they're not just a tourist attraction, they are a form of transportation. San Jose has the VTA, or the ACE train, that is within San Francisco and connects like neighboring cities, but not too far out from San Jose itself. I would say if you lived in San Jose, you would definitely want a car, because that's probably gonna be your main form of transportation. Whereas living in San Francisco, having a car could be a pain. Parking can be difficult, expensive, and it's very hilly. So if you're not comfortable driving on hills, especially if you got a manual, which I don't know who has that anymore, it can be difficult. Another popular form of transportation in San Francisco is biking. Lots of people just ride their bikes throughout the city too. Because again, we said it's only 49 square miles, so that's 7 miles in each direction. So that's not a bad bike unless you're going straight up. Now let's talk about the weather. I think we all know San Francisco is known for its fog. It even has a name. Carl the Fog has its own Instagram account.
Wait a minute!
So San Francisco does tend to be cooler and sometimes foggy. I would say the best time to visit San Francisco is any time between August and early November. Seems to be super mild weather, sunny. It's just beautiful. My favorite time to go. San Jose is inland, so it's gonna be warmer. Temperatures there are gonna be closer to like 80s, 90s, whereas in San Francisco, you're probably gonna be, I would say average temperatures are in the 50s and 60s for most of the year. Summertime, yes, you're gonna hit the 70s and 80s sometimes, but it does tend to be cooler in San Francisco. As far as entertainment goes, I think San Francisco probably wins on this one too. It is a tourist attraction, the city itself. So there's just a lot to do there, whether it's going to Alcatraz or Pier 39 but it's a dense city. So there's a lot more restaurants and bars and nightclubs that are closer together. So if you don't like where you are, you have other options that are probably pretty close by. San Jose, there's plenty of options. It is a big city, so there's lots of things to do there as far as nightlife and activities, but They're a little more spread out, so it may take a little more planning. If you like professional sports, both cities have those. Different sports in each city, so it depends on your preference. San Francisco has professional football team, the 49ers, professional baseball team, the San Francisco Giants, and of course the Warriors, which are the basketball team. Those are major sports that draw a lot of people. So San Francisco may be the winner in this one, I don't know. San Jose has a professional hockey team, the San Francisco Sharks, and also a professional soccer team, the Earthquakes. So it just depends on your preference. Let's go on to my favorite subject, food. San Francisco might win on this one too. Again, it's a city with a lot of tourism, so it draws in a lot of restaurants and maybe some more popular restaurants. It's it's lined by 4 sides of water, so the seafood there is just amazing. So if you like seafood, San Francisco is definitely the winner. San Jose also has lots of options, but you may be more inclined to find your favorite Mexican restaurant or Japanese restaurant closer to home in your neighborhood. Where San Francisco, you have more options that aren't all that far. If you're looking for open space, as we talked about, San Francisco is a dense city, and like we said, on three sides, it's bordered by water. So there's not a ton of hiking up hills or anything like that. But of course, there's Golden Gate Park. I think I saw this is the 3rd largest park in the United States. It's got its own attractions just within that. Also, there is just the water itself. You can go on sailing tours in San Francisco. I've done those, lots of fun. Just even up and down the Embarcadero, which is where the ferry building, Pier 39, and the Wharf are, and Oracle Park where the Giants play. That's a popular running trail. There are also community parks, smaller community parks within the neighborhoods of San Francisco. San Jose has closer proximity to actual nature trails where you can go hiking and explore broader open spaces. Lastly, let's talk about cost of living. Now, neither one of these cities is cheap. Let's just be honest here. In San Francisco, the median home price is about $1.5 million. And the type of home you're gonna get is probably, you're gonna be close to your neighbors. You're not gonna have a big yard. You're gonna feel like you live in a city no matter where you are within San Francisco. Whereas San Jose, the median home price is still high, it's $1.3 million, but your choices of housing are more diverse. Of course, you can buy the downtown condo and live the city life, but as you go out of downtown, it's gonna feel more suburban. You're gonna have more traditional homes with yards in a community and just more of that feel in San Jose. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. If I missed anything about San Jose or San Francisco, I'd love to hear your opinion on how these two compare. Which one do you think is better? If you're interested in more videos regarding the Bay Area, please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if I can be of help in any way, I do help people buy and sell homes throughout the Bay Area. All my contact info is in the description below. I would love to help you. Have a great day.